anyways, you guys were looking for bounties.
Thank God you're not having
correct?
kids.
Yes, pirate bounties.
Pirate bounties, yes.
Higher bounties.
Okay. So, where are you looking? Are you going straight to
Is there a
the
pub?
Navy? Are you going to try and find some type of bounty hunters? Are
If
you?
Final Fantasy has taught me anything, it's that all the bounties will be in a pub somewhere.
Yeah, just on a billboard. It's a
There's gonna
cork
be a
board,
bounty
just
board.
pinned up somewhere.
There aren't any like public notice like boards anywhere.
Well, that's
Like
what I'm
next to
asking. Are
the-
you just gonna go look for a public square, or are you actually going to someone?
I'd say we started with the public square, and then we could head out to the Navy Yard.
Is there
Yeah.
like a is there what's that thing where they put the people in where their head and their hands are in the thing?
Stockades.
Yeah, is there a stockades anywhere we can go and see if they've got a public notice board there? Because that seems like where they would keep shit like that.
Well, let me. I'm getting the additions mixed up in my head. I have to look at skills.
We of the city Lancaster have a perfectly good, family-friendly torture zone where you may bring the children.
Smack him around a little bit. Can't do anything.
Skills,
Ro-
skills, skills.
Rotten tomatoes, 2 pence a piece. Throw them at the scoundrels.
Probably shouldn't go there. Maybe somebody that recognizes Josh will be there. Like, hey, get that asshole.
Okay, guys, roll investigation checks real quick. Everybody
I'm
roll
good
one.
at that one.
Everybody
right
roll
back.
an investigation check. Okay.
God damn it.
Buddy.
Ooh,
Oh baby, I got that nat 20 though. I know it says 18, but that's a nat 20.
I don't see anything.
You
you rolled to
your-
yourself.
God damn it!
And
No,
conveniently
no.
got a nat 20, huh?
Yeah, I
Wow,
did.
amazing.
Yeah, well, let's see if how this one comes. Way better. That's way more grovelly.
Makes sense. I believe that one.
God damn it.
I'm not proficient in that.
I got it. Don't worry, guys.
I am. That's what's sad. I've got a +3 in investigation. I managed to roll
That's the
7.
one intelligence skill I'm not proficient in.
I don't have Arcana or History or Nature or Religion.
Okay. 10, 25, 11.
I actually
Yeah,
rolled a nat 20,
carried.
but I rolled it to myself. So.
I heard.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah.
So, you guys, since you're unfamiliar with the town, you start asking around. The Patrick
Deep Patrick.
gets a hold of a guard and manages to convey that the best place for them to go would be there's a notice board outside the Jewel, and it has all of the basically the governmental positions that are open for bounties, public notices, things like that.
Sounds good.
Is the Jewel like a place?
It's
Bar?
the keep, the big keep
Oh, okay.
in the middle of town,
Why is it called the Jewel?
because it's a big, shiny, humongous keep.
Okay.
It's like,
The moneymaker.
I'll be back in a second. I can still hear.
Okay.
All right.
it's literally a large, shiny, 3-towered keep.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned that last time.
All right. Well, I spoke to a guard, and there is actually a nice notice board towards the center of town by a place called the Jewel.
All right, so
Let's go there.
you guys head over there. There's inside. There's a large board filled with lots of public notices. The main thing that you're looking for, however, is that there's a a large flyer from the Imperial Navy stating that any information on raiding activities is to be brought to. It names a captain. I'll get you a name in a second.
Can I fit into this building?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, technically, you're inside the walls of the keep. It's the portcullis is large enough for you to fit into.
Okay.
And then
Please
there's
be
an
Captain
open
Crunch.
courtyard. It's not going to be Captain Crunch.
Shit.
I know. I'm sorry.
How about Captain America?
Or Captain Kirk.
Or Kirk?
Captain Spaulding?
Captain Planet.
God damn it.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
My computer's going fucking so slow.
I hope it's Captain Spaulding.
All right, let's check out this notice board, guys. Criminals with boats. Criminals with boats. Criminals.
Well, not just criminals in
boats.
general. We can do a bunch of good deeds.
So we need boats.
There are bound to be criminals that do not have boats. Is this how we get? Are we gonna get captured and taken to the other island?
Okay, his name is Captain Fordrock. There, that sounds good. It's nice and dwarfy.
That's what I was about to say.
That is very dwarfy.
He is a Dwarfarian.
Dwarfarian.
So let's go find Captain Fordrock.
So, are you looking for anything else?
Are there any notices on the board that bear the merchant's mark?
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
Grobble's just staring at the board like, boy, I wish I could read.
That is true.
Are there any pictures on the board?
Yes, there are.
Just
With-
crude drawings of people, I think.
With money next to them?
Stick
No.
figures and dollar signs.
There are a number of missing person notices up on the board.
That's sad.
Do any of them look like the charred carcasses that we left behind?
We didn't see those, so we don't know.
What charred carcasses?
He has a
We didn't
point.
leave any.
That forest fire made sure there were no charred cars.
So I'm guessing we're trying to find this captain.
I'd like to see, just in case, my clan is trying to find me and make it seem like a criminal investigation. Are there any notices for me? I want to know if I'm being hunted.
No, you're a long way from home.
That's good. That's what I kind of aim for. So I would panic a lot if they were like, "Hey, have you seen this cat?"
They found me in this obscure area I thought I was safe in.
You can never be too safe, though.
That would be terrible.
Yeah. Because like I said, they killed me pretty quick. I
Hey,
know
we're
too
here.
much.
We would help you.
I got you back, fam.
I am
Yes.
appreciative of that.
They have spray bottles.
That's the worst part, man. It's the worst part. They have this little piece of feather on a stick, and they wiggle it, and it draws me in. And then as soon as I get close, the damn water bottle.
And they have this flaky green stuff that makes me crazy.
Damn tricksters. I just lose my mind.
That's all I can think about is the fucking feather.
Look,
All
guys,
right.
it's getting real too real.
And the cucumbers. Oh, the cucumbers.
Starts having flashbacks.
All right. So, like I said, there's a lot of missing person notices, odd jobs, some notices of just people generally looking for work, and Michael, your LEDs are very distracting. Holy shit.
I can make them better.
That's actually, yeah, it is better. The slow change was more distracting.
That's distracting as fuck to me now. Wait, why didn't the other one change? You fucking work. There we go. Nope, that didn't work. Why aren't
Anyways,
you shifting like you're
are you
supposed
guys,
I'd say let's go check and find Captain Fordrock and see if we can get any information about these merchant ships. We know they're marked, so if we ask him about any attacks on those ships, maybe he can guide us to raids on them.
okay. So,
At least sounds good to me.
I'm fine with that.
so working your way back down to the dockyards, you find the Imperial Naval Office. There's a large guard presence around. They seem to eyeball the ogre, but let him go on his way because he's not murdering anyone.
And we're so grateful.
You can only do so many favors for people before they start forgetting about them.
So, as you, I'm assuming Grobble is outside. Is someone?
If I can't fit into the room, yeah.
Yes, you would not fit into the room as normal.
With me pretty close by.
Okay, so you're gonna stay outside with him, or
Yeah, I mean, how far inside did they go?
well, they're gonna have to go a little bit inside. So
Okay, then yeah, I was gonna say because otherwise I'd stick about halfway, but so you just relay the information to me again. I'll stick by
Okay.
Grubble. We'll kind of just hang out.
okay, so as you go in, the person at the desk wants to know, because you mentioned that you're here for because of the raids and stuff, and they ask what information you have that would be helpful.
So I'll bring my paper out that Kylo gave me, showing just the merchant's mark, and let him know that a local merchant advised that a shipment of his supplies had been ransacked, and they don't know where the ship was when they lost it. So they were we're looking to see if the naval office has any information about any goods or ships bearing this mark.
Well, the guy at the desk offhandedly says that everybody's had some stuff stolen by these guys. They have a huge list, and no leads. So
Does he seem trustworthy?
give me an insight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
He's trustworthy. However, you get the sense that he's not giving you all the information that he could. Mostly out of laziness.
Let's see how
Okay.
do I go with this.
So he's just there for a paycheck. Got it.
It's a government employee.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Well,
He got stuck at the desk, so he probably fucked up.
I'm gonna say we know they're definitely magic users, and they're definitely some kind of cult. If not a cult, some sort of established religion somewhere.
Well, the bandits doing the raids are different from this cult that you have run into, because remember, you talked to the other guys and they said that there haven't been their whole attack thing was different. These guys don't do anything that's not like within a mile or so of the coast.
These
They're-
aren't the kidnapping the kids bandits. These are different.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
found a book with them. So they just stole that book.
Ooh. The plot thickens.
Sounds like they fucked up.
Okay.
So
Well, I
He,
mean, I guess, let's get
We know
straight to
they're
the point.
kidnapping.
Yeah.
We know they're kidnapping people, so
the cult thing the guards are dealing with.
dealing with how?
He's not allowed to comment on current investigations.
What if it involves the end of the world?
He looks at you and says, "Oh, all right." And then he just kind of gestures towards the door, and he's like, if you're gonna waste my time, just get out of here." He just treats you like a crazy person.
Look, I don't have many roles that would be beneficial to roll in front of a government employee to try to sway things.
Well,
Like, my beneficial roles are definitely not of the, do this to a cop. I mean, I have a decent persuasion.
so
I have something that has no repercussions on a failed save.
Hey?
oh god. All right, hold on. So, in intelligence wise, this isn't going to be Michael. Josh, what's your intelligence?
12 plus 1.
I'm not even in the room. It's definitely not going to be me.
Yeah, and neither is Patrick. Dennis, yours is 15?
Passive what?
No, your intelligence total.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Here we go.
I'll say they always could grab me if they think that they needed a little persuading.
That's fucking shitty.
Well, it's enough to recall some information that you've already got. So the cult that you guys have already engaged and these raiders are unrelated, at least as far as you can tell.
Okay.
They operate in a completely different way and area.
All right. We'll get back to them then. The guard obviously has nothing or wants nothing to do with that.
Can we just simply request audience with Captain Fordrock?
You can try and persuade him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna roll persuasion and let him know that we think we might have some information regarding the recent coastal attacks, and we'd like to speak with the captain. Hey,
Ooh.
Very
Okay.
nice. Very nice.
So,
He'll make it how you say, well worth of your time.
You know?
damn it! I try to roll a legitimate check just to be sympathetic, and I'm branded as a see, we got some information for you.
well, what information do you guys have that you're wanting to relay to the captain?
Well, I mean, I would need Enzo here to display it, but Enzo knows clearly that.
I'm here. I can still
okay.
hear you.
Okay, so obviously Enzo knows that there are magical items, with this merchant. So it could be, there could be motivations, of some kind of magical sort. Maybe there's like a wizard like or a magic like, puppet master, so to say, and they're trying to gather magical items.
Well, the other thing that you might want to consider, like I said earlier, about not name dropping your source, you may not want to take your clandestine job and go straight to the guards and be
Well,
like, "Hey, this guy just told us that
just
he wants to
imply.
get this."
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, since he knows, I wouldn't name drop. I'm saying Enzo could sit there and mention, since he knows magical items are being stolen, he could kind of imply, that there could be mystical motivations. I wouldn't name drop, no.
Okay. So,
That would be my suggestion. Would you like to mention that to the guard, Enzo? Dennis. Dennis, would you like to mention that? Because you're the one that has, an understanding that, there's a good chance magical items are being specifically targeted.
Yeah. I could mention it to him.
I said I wouldn't mention where we got it from, but just, we have it on.
We have a good understanding from a source that they may be holding and or stealing some certain magical items of importance.
all right.
The kind you don't want bad people getting their hands on.
Well, the captain lets you know without being too specific, we know they've gotten a hold of a number of magical items, but they seem to be going after anything valuable. The main thing seems to be the value of the object, not particularly the power of it. They're easily overpowering the guards that these caravans have.
So are they stealing like jewelry, gems?
They are stealing
Stuff like
anything with significant value they can get their hands on.
Why don't we,
What if they ran into a living, walking gem?
I like you're going the same direction that I was. I was going to suggest a kind of sting operation using our crystalline companion.
Say it, I'm fucking bait.
I like the
So-
sting operation.
What if we used Patrick as bait?
There you go. Say it. Come out with it.
So he
Well, I'm not there, so
he seems intrigued. So he's gonna. Where is this crystal man?
He's outside. He has to stay outside with our other companion.
it's the best way you can put it. Oh, yeah,
He
he's
gives
got
you an
7
odd
over.
look, but he's intrigued, so he's gonna.
Can they see the door from where they are?
No,
Oh.
he's in his office. He's gonna follow them outside though.
Before we get to the door, I'm
yeah,
gonna
let's
I'm gonna
warn
warn him. There's an ogre out here, but he's a nice ogre. He's still simple like an ogre though, so don't startle him.
Oh my god, it's an ogre! Ah!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
just keep it cool, man.
he's with us.
So-
He's cool. He's cool though. Obviously, we got him in the city.
He's gonna kind of give you a look that says he's not really surprised. He's just kind of seen some shit.
Life's so goddamn weird as it is. He might as well just be like, whatever. It's a fucking ogre.
So he's not
of course
terribly
it's an ogre.
surprised.
Why not?
Of course. So he comes outside and he looks up at the ogre. I mean, he's a dwarf. The ogre's fucking twice as tall as him. And his eyes finally settle on Patrick, and he comes up to him and kind of knocks on your leg.
I
Ting,
immediately
ting, ting.
go, tee
So
Tee-hee.
the he looks up and he's like, I didn't know there were any more of you guys around. My grandpa used to tell me stories.
Stories? What kind of stories?
You know, the Nazi genocide kind.
Jesus.
Well, good luck
Yeah.
fumigating something that doesn't breathe.
I'm sure they could just spray
That's
you
not
down
the
with
only
something
thing
that
they-
dissolves you. Or
Well,
apply
probably
enough.
Yeah, we're gonna get playfully anti-Semitic here for a second. It seems.
They
You could
Well-
They
totally just
probably just-
apply enough heat to make you explode.
dismembered them into tiny little pieces and used their body parts as currency.
Well, he just mentions offhandedly, children's stories. He says,
Definitely genocide.
he says, but you'll work. And
Children's
I'm-
stories.
I'm gonna say
Of course.
we might have to use you as bait for something.
As bait?
Yes, bait. Full disclosure. We're gonna try not to let anything bad happen to you though. We do have a grubble.
Grovel protect shiny man.
The
And
guard has
where?
confirmed that they're basically going after anything of value. So our idea was to kind of use you as a giant crystalline statue and maybe go out to sea and try to provoke a raid.
Well then. Well, if we're gonna do this, I need a pedestal.
Just throw this out there. If Patrick's
I'm
character
sure we can
dies,
find one.
can I make his body into a new hammer?
Okay, how about
I'll
we just
consider it.
let's just put that on the back burner. Can we do that?
It's definitely on the back burner because you're not dead yet. But if you
It
do
doesn't
die,
sound like it. That sounds like top priority. Hey, just in case you die. I'm
well,
making
I
you
brought
do
up
it.
the
Is that
cannon
okay?
thing. I'm just throwing shit out there.
He's calling dibs on your body for Christ's sake.
Yeah, no shit. Like, just stick with the cannon. We gonna fire my fucking body parts through your cannon?
No, I'm gonna make a new hammer out of you. I will start the Church of the Shiny Man using your corpse as my weapon.
Hail Buddha.
Sounds terrible.
All right. So the
I keep looking at my fucking camera and I see the flash and I feel like there's a Fully Cooley episode going on off to my left.
anyways, so
Hopefully,
he brings you in. He passes you off to his lieutenant and says that you guys need to plan this. He'll double check it when you're done.
Hey, how's you going? I'm the bait.
And then he fucks off.
So Gravel's still out in the street by his onesies.
we got this, you guys. We're masturbators.
I'm just gonna let that hang there for a second.
Right, Gravel's gonna sit down in front of the door and just lean against, twiddling his thumbs.
You just hear the walls cracking.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun.
guessing they already know where their activity is centralized, right? So they know where to actually put him.
Since I'm not involved in the conversation, I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Well, the activity is centralized in two places. One, anything more than like 5 miles off the coast.
What was that?
It seems like once they're not inside of land, I don't know who the fuck that was.
What?
What?
Good play.
It might have been Michael. It might have been why he left.
That's probably why he left.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dennis? Do you think it was Michael Dennis?
I don't know.
So
I
I
don't-
legitimately am awfully confused right now.
Somebody
I don't smell
farted.
anything.
Wait, I
Oh.
got this.
We don't have smell-o-vision yet, so it's not an issue.
I was gonna say, we can't do the whole whoever smelt it dealt it. So
So the center of the activity appears to be basically anything more than 5 miles off the coast seems to be fair game as soon as they're not inside of land. Kind of centralized along the main shipping routes going out of Lancaster and some out of Stafford. Here, let me map. Going to
Let's see the
map.
map.
Okay. So
Well, in between there,
snap to nothing.
if
Okay.
I'm gonna be played off and
Sort of from
posted
here.
as if
I have returned.
oh, what up?
To here.
Okay.
Along the coast, kind of all in this area. Also along this stretch of road that runs along the coast, anywhere that's not inside of town seems to also be hit pretty heavily, and some farther south, but not as much.
Okay, my question is, if we're gonna do this, I say we do it right. Are there any, I guess, well-known and I guess profitable, big money businesses that the townspeople know of, like, a place that has nice things and it's an expensive shop that would end up erecting something like this? Because you can't just put it out of the middle of nowhere. It just seems strange. But if you have a nice gem statue erected in front of your profitable, amazing, wealthy business, it doesn't seem as out of place. So I say if we're gonna do it, we have to stage it right.
or
So
are we wanting to stage it in a business, or do we want to fake it as a merchandise transport?
We could do it as a transport. We have a wagon.
We do
That's
have a wagon.
true.
Robbo can disguise himself as a cow that pulls the wagon,
Or a bear.
or a bear.
Now the big question would be: do we, if we do stage a merchant transport of sorts, do we want to immediately just attack those that come after it and try to get information, or do we want to almost kind of let
kidnap
them
us.
Play
Yeah.
the victim a little to try to gather information as best you can, and when opportunity seems right, I say we strike and then capture as many.
although
Or you could just act like you're a statue until you get back to where you're stashed. And we
Boy,
can
that
just
sounds a
follow.
lot more dangerous.
Enzo, could you put something like a tracker on him, like a magical tracker?
No, not really. Not there yet.
Dang it. Because we already know that if they attack, they attack to kill. They're not going to take any of us captive.
Let me see. Actually, I might be able to. Give me a minute.
So, the other thing that he mentions is that they do have a couple boats that they use for catching smugglers that might fit your purposes if you wanted to do that as well.
So interesting. Given my capabilities as, a thief, I could, we could all very well pose as smugglers and try to get it in. I speak their language, so to say. So if someone were to approach me, I could speak with my thieves' cant and, kind of convince them that we are smugglers.
So if Patrick is technically a construct, he's a living construct, though.
Yes.
Yes.
That means he's comprised of things, right? So would he be considered an object?
For what purpose?
Locate object.
Ooh, that's
Let me put it this way. You could put something unique on his person.
You couldn't track, so we can't track him, but we could track something on him.
Yes.
Do we want to do it that way and risk him being alone, or do we want to try to pose as smugglers and just infiltrate?
I feel like infiltrating would attract more attention, unfortunately.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, but we also put Lutari at huge personal risk if they find out, that he's not just a statue.
What about the necklace that Grubble has?
The shiny necklace?
The shiny necklace.
It's Grovel's shiny necklace.
It's an object.
So is a shirt.
Actually,
Yeah,
I am
but
wearing
why would a statue wear-
a chain shirt.
God damn it. I didn't mean to press that. Just trying to click on something else.
Well, considering that he was just saying that he had, he hasn't seen one of me, and he only heard stories. Odds are they're not going to know that I'm even a race. They're not going to know I'm probably even alive. Odds are. So they're just probably going to assume by looks I'm a statue. I was probably just dressed up to kind of, make it look like I'm a great warrior.
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. This is going really crazy. Just hear me out before, especially Patrick. Hear me out before you before you shut this down.
All right, we blow you up, right?
No. So you just said it yourself. To most people, they don't even know that your race exists, which means in a black market situation, people would probably pay high dollar for a shard mine slave.
Yeah, maybe.
So what?
I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
So what if we?
Are you suggesting we try to sell him into slavery?
No, he's
You say
suggesting.
it. You put it in such a bad way.
He's not suggesting that we try to sell me into slavery. He's suggesting we sell me into slavery. Don't try, just do it.
Slavery is such a strong word. I like indentured servitude.
You actually said slave first, though. So you were the one that dropped the word. He's just reiterating.
I say we go with this. I say we go with the statue idea. Josh does make a point, though. If they realize he's alive, they're probably going to try to do that, so they probably won't kill him.
Yeah, they'll realize how valuable I am.
Which gives more leverage to the statue idea, because you'll probably be safe no matter.
I do
Well,
want
safe
to
is a
point out
relative word.
that slavery is illegal.
Everything they're doing is illegal.
Well,
Yeah.
no, like if you're trying to work this out with
That's true.
the
So
Navy
I'm
here.
gonna.
Well, yeah, but I thought
Well-
we were gonna do a sting operation, period. So even if we faked being smugglers, you know.
I'm just pointing it out. It's not
Okay.
like
I say we go with the statue idea.
Nobody ever wants to go
I
into
I
slavery.
definitely I agree with that simply because I feel like I also wouldn't be comfortable doing that. For my character, I don't think he would be comfortable with the idea of posing for slavery. But it's a good idea, I guess. Worst case scenario, though, if they find out I'm alive, they'll probably try to do that anyway. So at least it's a two-step. So there's
It's a
really
win-win.
right. Well, there's
That
twice
way
the
they're-
chance that I'm going to survive, rather than
Yeah,
just going straight into slavery.
They're less
If I-
likely to just
If I
upright
go in as
murder
a
you.
statue first, I'm going to end up in slavery. If I go as a slave, I'm in slavery. So it at least buys me an extra step.
You just have to stand really still if you're a statue, though.
And don't blink.
Well, he
I don't
doesn't
think
have
I
to.
blink.
Or fuck with them, and every time they look away, you move slightly.
Just constantly cast thaumaturgy.
Okay, so we're gonna pose that as him being a cool statue, and have them rob us.
Damn it! Getting a phone call again.
Yeah, I have a small knife in my scholar's pack. If he wants to just hold that.
Like I said, or I could just wear the neck. Well, I mean, my shirt I have on, it's a chain shirt.
Yeah, but it would be very odd for a crystalline statue that's meant to be decorative just be like, oh, he's wearing chainmail.
Like I said, my guess would be that they're just trying to make him look like a warrior, because I can have my staff drawn as well.
True.
So a
True.
small knife and a staff.
Okay, I'm down with this.
Word.
Looks like I'm gonna be a statue.
Okay, so
Or a slave.
Shiny Man's gonna be a statue.
A statue for sure.
okay. How are you guys planning this?
All right, so we gotta
Carefully.
knock him out.
You don't need to knock
Do
me
we-
out.
Do we want to use just our wagon and take it along the coast, or do we want to actually try to get one of the naval ships that they've been using, and try to pose as a
Well,
seaward?
if we're going to follow them after they take him, we have to at least wait till the next day because I need to prepare locate object to be able to follow him.
Well, and thinking about it also, if we start on the sea, they can travel a lot further and a lot quicker than if they were to just, hijack a cart. They could get quite far away over the sea. So it may not be a good idea to give them access to the ocean to escape in, because they could go to the other continent and just, we would be on such a hellacious chase. So maybe a good idea to stay on land.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
But if he can prepare his detect, track, find, locate item spell, we can follow them back to their base if they take Shiny Man back to the base.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying if we do it in the ocean, then we still have to track them. If they end up going across the ocean to the other, we got to go even further to catch up with them. Whereas if they ransack on land, it's likely that they'll stay on land.
Says you.
Hey,
I feel like their base is
I
somewhere
kind
down
of
here in these
I
little
kind of have
islands.
experience in this. I'm, since a lot of these attacks are happening here on the coast as well, it would seem kind of odd that they're, waiting to get to this side of the coast just to take it back across.
I mean, it's a perfect hiding location.
Does Lancaster have any rival cities? Like cities that look at it and be like, we should fuck that city up.
Not that you know of.
Not that I know of. I'm Grobble. Grobble doesn't know anything.
So how do we want to go about it? Do we want to pose on the sea, or do we want to go with our own cart?
Grobble no like water.
Okay.
I think cart is probably the better way of going.
And we do have a cart.
I'm fine with either.
And also, I mean, not that it really does anything bad to be involved, but if we go via cart, we don't have to have as much reliance on the Navy. We can kind of do things our own way.
It's also true.
It's also less backup.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. So what do we want to do, guys?
I want to do the cart.
Well, majority is already for the cart, so
All right, so let's do it. Let's pose on a cart. Do we want to try to see if the guards will, send someone with us, or a couple someones? That way, it seems even more legitimate. Because I mean, it would make sense for something this expensive to be, escorted.
yeah. See,
Yeah.
Hey, Corwin, do you remember what page the spells are on?
Like 170, roughly.
in the actual book, it's 207.
207. Like I said,
I mean, it had a 7 and a 0. You were 60% right.
Pretty much there.
So I guess, just to make it easier, so do we want to take a long rest? You prepare locate object, and then, then we go out in the morning?
I think that's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Instead of letting him get it kidnapped and then preparing it? Or I mean stolen, because he's not a person or a living thing.
Rude.
It's a point, though.
He is a living thing, but he's not a person. He's
Well,
a
I'm
living
saying, like,
construct.
with our plan, he is not living.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, he is totally nudge nudge not living.
Nudge, nudge. Wink, nudge. Nudge, 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 nudge.
Or before this starts off,
Okay.
somebody explained to Grovel that he's not allowed to talk to Shiny Man once they're going.
Oh yeah, that's a shiny man. You need to really sell this one to him.
Oh boy. Rubble. What I need you to do is to not speak to me.
I'd elaborate and say
We need
until.
We're gonna play a game.
Oh God.
Until I speak to you,
We're gonna play a game of hide and seek. Some people are gonna come by and they're gonna hide me, okay? And then we're gonna wait a little bit, and then you guys are gonna seek.
yes. But you can't talk to me because I'm gonna be hiding.
But I can see you, Shiny Man.
We should go with playing pretend.
We're just pretending. Just pretend you can't see or talk to me.
You guys, I just figured something out in Roll20. It's
What's that?
totally separate from this, but on the character sheet, when it's not popped out if you double click on it at the top.
Does it pop out?
No, it minimizes down to a bar and becomes transparent.
Ooh.
What? Alright, so wait, what?
Okay. Can you see my camera right now?
Hold on.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. See my character sheet?
Yeah.
If you double click here, it does that.
Well, son of a bitch.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
and you just double click it again and it unminimizes.
Yep.
yeah. That's really nice.
The more you know.
Well,
Knowing
that
is
is
half the
helpful as
battle.
hell.
That is helpful. Now I don't have to pop it out.
You guys, I keep mine permanently popped out. I just split my screen 50-50.
Yeah, I have the cameras on mine.
Yeah, not all of us have a 4K monitor, Josh.
Hey, excuse me. I have two 4K monitors right now. Thank you.
I only
If
have
you're
one.
gonna make me seem elitist, at least be correct about it.
24K monitor. What?
Yes, Robbie, I am definitely having a rave right.
Words.
To make it even better. Just, I didn't really change. Wait, never. Yeah, I
He's
didn't
gonna
really
get
change much.
roofied at any moment.
Hopefully.
Zip, zop, you up.
Wooden pops.
Would you like a jello pudding and a penis?
Oh, that's so horrible.
Would you like to play Pokemon?
Gotta catch 'em all. Rape charges.
All right.
Somebody pushed him down some steps.
All right. So let's prepare for, hold on. We gotta think of something cool for this. Operation.
Ground and pound.
I mean,
That's
I
cool,
don't
right?
see how that's relevant in the slightest, actually.
Operation Shiny Bait. Going with it. Through that or masturbators. Masturbators.
Operation Masturbators.
Yes.
Operation.
Operation Handoff.
I think that goes too well with masturbators.
Yeah.
Or it goes just well enough.
Oh, it goes hand in hand.
Ah,
I've got to really hand it to you.
I thought of that one too, but I didn't want to go right after it.
Figured it was too soon.
Having two people
Alright.
that have no regard for their dignity is rather handy.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
Masturbation joke.
I got- I
Doing
And
think-
it
of course,
Alright.
Patrick finishes early.
so
You would
Yeah.
know.
Keep
all
your
right.
composure.
So when are you guys wanting to do this?
Tomorrow.
The next
morning.
day. The next day we can head out.
Okay.
For the night, I'd like to read my book and then prepare different spells.
Okay. Roll a d10 for your book.
Oh, yay! I got 1 page read.
You had too much on your mind.
I was busy with the spells.
All right.